Hello, good day everyone. Welcome to the second class of the holiday. Some people have been asking me, some people have been wondering, are we still going to do this class? Are we still be able to maximize this holiday in order to be able to acquire the set goal? And what is the set goal? To be able to be the best and to be able to acquire computer knowledge, some things we've not been able to know, or some things that we've neglected. So I welcome you to class today again, and some essential things we are going to be doing, some very important things concerning the system, which is the system maintenance. Here we'll be talking about the disk cleanup, we're talking about disk information, configuration, and system information. So we're going to be dealing with some applications that deals with the maintenance of your system, maintenance of the system. So now the first thing is, when you have a system, what is the first thing you are looking for? When you get the system, or you have a friend that have a system, the first thing you should be looking for is the configuration of the system. The configuration of the system, talking about the size of the hard disk, talking about the size of the RAM, talking about the model, talking about what is being installed inside the system. So how do you do this? So I'm sure you can see my screen. Go to your start menu and type ds-diag. Can you see that ds-diag? Then select it. This will scan, will show you this information, ask you something, just click yes, and it's going to bring the information of your system. It's going to bring the information of your system. So let's just see it's booting. So this is the information. If you look at this very well, dx diag, that means DirectX diagnostic tool. This will show you the current date, will show you the name of your system. That is the name I name my system while doing the installation. You can, of course, the name can be changed in another place. Then this is operating system, Windows 10 Pro 64-bit. The language on the system manufacturer Dell. The model of the Dell Inspiron M5040. This is the BIOS date, the BIOS setting. Processor, AMD processor, and it's having a graphic card. The memory card is here, is 4096. We converted, that is 4 gig RAM of 4 gig RAM. That is random access memory. Then from there, that is the information. From there, you go to the display. Here you see the devices, Microsoft Basic Display. That is the graphic card. Talking about the other side. Then check the sound. Is there a sound card? There is a speaker there. There is audio. And what are the input devices? Your mouse and your keyboard. Not available, as in they are inbuilt. So that's why it's showing this. They are inbuilt. So after checking this ds-diag tools, what are the other things you can also check? The other things you can also check is for you to just easily go to your PC. Okay, let's go to this and type PC. This will actually take you to your PC, which is my computer, in case if that is what you are familiar with, my computer. Then you will have something like this. You have a dialog, an explorer that opens like this, and then if you look at this, this is actually telling you your hard disk size. This hard disk is partitioned into 3 major parts: 1, C, E, and F. So now it's just only showing us the information about the size of each of the hard disks. Here we have 128 gig, 117 gig, 1728 plus 117. That is going to around 200 and something, 240 something like that, 45. Then down here we have 220. So if you're adding all this together, it will be giving approximately 500 gig. Then go to your disk PC, or if it is my computer you are using, just like right click and click property. The property will show you some of the information we saw the other time. Some of the information that we saw on ds-diag will still be shown here. So if you look at this information, here is giving us the Windows edition, giving me the information about the Windows edition, Windows Pro 10, Microsoft Office 2019, This is processor AMD. We saw this processor the other time. Install memory RAM, which is the 4 gigabyte. The system type is 64-bit. You know, we have 64-bit system. We have 64-bit operating system. We have 32-bit operating system. So you must be able to know what type of bits that your system is running in order to be able to install your software. This is the network information, the name of my system, and the work group that it belongs to. So how do we get the information about all the components that are working inside this thing? You know, if you remember the first class, we mentioned input devices, we mentioned processing devices, and we mentioned output devices. So, and I said, if you remember, that the processing devices, most of them are inside the system unit. So these are the information of most of these things, everything attached to the system. This audio input and output, that is the devices, you know, it is on the system. This one is attached. This is the battery, Bluetooth, camera, computer itself, ACP, you can see the bit, disk drive, display unit, DVD, every information you need to know. You need to understand about your system. So if you look at this thing, you will see that everything is, there is nothing like a yellow or red mark. Anyone that you are seeing red in your home, that means it needs a driver to drive it, or it has been disabled. If you see a yellow mark, that means it needed to be updated. The driver needed to be updated. So let's see another information different from this one. Let's see another information. You want to see another information, still right click this PC or my computer, then click manage. If you click manage, the manage will actually show you some other information. That is where you'll be able to see all the hard disk information on this system. So let's wait and see. It's loading. Good. So this is the information, computer management. So just click disk management. Once you click disk management, it's going to bring you information about your disk here, about the hard disk. So this is the information about the hard disk. So you see, the hard disk is actually divided into 4. This system reserve wasn't showing on the desktop or on my PC. Of course, it won't show because it is actually reserved by the system. So this is where you have every other partition. The C is always the primary, where you have your whole operating system installed. Then the E, you see, I partition this. I have E. E is where I keep all my customer record, their names and their information, the record that I have with my customers. Then F is where I put some other information, my files, or the software the software I still want to keep. So that is where you do I install it on my own system. So you can, and this thing, you know, I was telling some of my students that even if you have a system like this and you have one, maybe you were unable to partition your system while you were doing the installation, you can still do the partition here in this device computer management. What you need to do is go to the main, come to this management and right click the main, and you will see shrink volume. If you click shrink volume, it will show you the amount that you can shrink. If you can't shrink anything, it will tell you that this thing is not shrinkable, that you can't shrink it. So let's see the information. Of course, I'm not shrinking this one, but I just want to show you how you can actually partition your hard disk even after you've installed your OS. So let's see. So after querying it, it shows me shrinkable side, that this is the amount I can shrink, which is just enter the amount of space to shrink. You know, you only have it with 3,305. So that means just, if you approximate this, that will be just around 3 gig. But I don't need to shrink it. So if you just put it, you see the amount that you can shrink, just click shrink. It will shrink it. After shrinking, you will see another partition here. It won't label it, you will just see there. What you need to do is just to right click and format it. Then it will bring it up here to have another partition like this. I'm sure you understand that. So these are some of the things you need to know. Then how do you, those are what we just treated as just system information. So how do you maintain your system? Now, the first thing I tell people, when you have a system, know how to do disk cleanup. Just type cleanup. I see. oh, this cleanup. Once you click this cleanup will bring you something like this, and you only select your primary hard disk. Your primary hard disk is where your OS is being installed. Then click OK. Once you click OK, it's going to scan all the junks file. Now, these junks file, they are files that are not usable. Now, if you look at this, if you select this now, if you select all this thing now, this one will be showing me how much of space that has been hidden that I can clean up. Can you see this? 271 megabytes. If you have not done this before, by the time you do it, will be freeing up almost 1 gig, 2 gig, even at times 5 gig. You understand? You can still click. You can still click on this clean up system file, so I'll be able to scan it very well. And once you are done, just click OK. This thing doesn't affect your system. It doesn't affect any of your file. It's only removing every junks. It's only removing every junks file. It's only removing every junks. It's removing things from your recycle bin, temporary files that are not usable. You understand? So don't be afraid in doing this. It's very, very important. So after that, what are the things that you need to know again? Defragmenter. Defragment. Of course, this defragment is very useful. It will help your hard disk. It will help your hard disk. But if you look at my hard disk now, the information it's bringing here for me now is all my system are fragmented. I don't have any percentage of fragmented area. If I have any side of fragmented area, it's just for me to click, analyze, then do the optimization and tell it to do to defragment it, and my hard disk will be normal back. But since I'm having 0% here, I don't need to do anything. And if you want to check it, you can just click analyze. Analyze means it's going to scan that particular size of your hard disk, that particular area of your hard disk, to actually check it if it needs to be defragmented or not. But from here, my system, my hard disk don't need to be defragmented. So this information are very, very important and very, very necessary to know. Don't forget, there are a lot of tips I'm still going to show you. Understand? We have to understand the basic first before you go. I know every one of us want to make money. I want to tell you there are secrets of making money online, and we are still going to discuss that. But it is very, very, very essential that you have the basic knowledge and the basic things and basic tools for you to actually keep your system running before actually going on knowing how to make the money. So we meet again on the next class. Take care, and then thank you very much. Don't forget, I remain Adeneji Israel, Business Technology.